The dog who kept his vigil. I came to the village to collect a story, nothing more. I've made a modest career gathering the tales rural communities cling to. Ghost lights, white ladies, phantom coaches, spectral animals. People buy that sort of thing. They always have. This one was meant to be no different. The villagers told it readily, with the fondness of people repeating something they've known since childhood. A man, William Hale, a century gone now, died defending a woman from a drunken ruffian on the lane beyond the churchyard. A good man by all accounts, decent, quiet. Hale had walked the same path home every night, his dog trotting faithfully at his heel. They were inseparable, the pair of them, a single silhouette with two shadows. Except for the night he died. That night the dog had been ill, too weak to follow, too feverish to rise, and so the man went alone. When the man never came home, the dog began to whine and continued to do so until the body came home to be laid out in the front room. The dog sat by the coffin for the 3 days that Hale lay in repose and followed it the next day, head low. When the grave was filled in, he lay down upon it, and he stayed, through frost, rain and summer heat, 10 years of vigil until he died on the very earth that covered his master. They buried him beside the man, but the flat patch of grass where he had lain remained for decades. People swore they still saw him at dusk, felt him brush past, heard him panting softly on cold nights, even claiming to see his breath. A harmless, comforting ghost, the kind readers adore. His name is lost to history. Some say Bracken, others Old Tansy, a few insist on Hob. No one agrees, which is exactly how folklore prefers it. I wrote all this down dutifully. I've always been a skeptic. My job is to recall what people believe, not to believe it myself, and certainly not to embroider it with personal experiences. That's the quickest way to ruin a reputation in my line of work. But something happened last night, and though I will never put it in the book, I can set it down here, privately, if only to steady my own thoughts. I was walking back to my rented cottage after an evening at the pub, where I'd been interviewing locals. A man there, drunk, over-familiar, the sort who thinks persistence is charm, had been a nuisance but nothing more. I thought little of him when I left. Halfway through the graveyard, I heard footsteps behind me, then his voice, slurred and coaxing. "Oh, come on, love, don't play hard to get." I kept walking, my pulse quickened. I told myself not to look back. Then something warm pressed against my leg. A shape, a weight, a dog walking in step with me. I couldn't see it, but I felt it as surely as I feel the pen in my hand now. The man called out, "Go on, give us a kiss." Then he stopped. There was a growl, a sharp intake of breath, a startled cry, and then the sound of someone stumbling away at speed, crashing through the dark like a frightened child. The warm presence stayed beside me until I reached the gate. Then it was gone. This morning I returned to the graveyard. The grass was wet with dew, the air was still, and the flat patch of earth, the one I had photographed only yesterday, had risen, soft, unpressed, as though nothing had ever lain there at all. I stood there for a long time, understanding more than I wished to. The villagers say the dog kept vigil for his master. Perhaps that's true, but I think, though I will never write this publicly, that he was waiting for something else, for the moment he missed, for the chance to protect someone, as his master once did, for the opportunity to forgive himself. He found it last night, and now the vigil is over.